Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today is Thursday. It is March 29th, 2012. I'm sorry I had to be late today. If you follow us on Facebook, Google+, Twitter, or even if you were on our message forum on the website, you got the notice telling you that I would be late today. I had a class that I had to attend before I could get to this. So now I have time, and let's get this done. First thing off, yesterday I talked about you could take some short positions on a lot of different markets out there. We updated all the charts showing the different opportunities that we saw on the short side. Basically all the markets. There's a couple in the U.S. actually. There's still, we didn't go short the S&P. It's still in a really bullish uptrend there. Even the NASDAQ is what we're trying to call a top there in the NASDAQ. But the rest of the markets, not counting the U.S., are actually very, very weak. And that's one of the reasons why even today, looking at the U.S. markets, you can see that we had a move to the upside intraday that basically recovered a lot of the intraday losses. But I'm still not bullish those markets. So I wouldn't be bullish the markets because the global markets and the U.S. markets, they don't necessarily run opposite of one another. They may for a day or two, but typically if you got global markets and they're all selling off, the U.S. isn't going to stand alone as the great bull market. It doesn't really work that way. So when you're looking at, like we are today, we see the French CAC 40 index, and it's breaking down, confirming that bearish head and shoulders pattern, which is a topping pattern. We've got the first shoulder there, we got the head formation here, and the next shoulder comes up, and then we break this neckline, this blue dotted line right here yesterday, and then we said you could start selling that. And today's activity gave a great opportunity for that. It pulled up to that close, and you had an opportunity to sell it. And that's a good candlestick formation for a continuation to the downside. I see no reason here to be bullish. And again, you should not be long any markets, any major markets right now, unless maybe it's the bullish dollar fund. Well, because we've closed below this neckline here, we can actually take the distance here, this high point down to the neckline, measure that distance out, and then subtract it from this level, and we get an idea of how low we expect price to fall before she starts to find support. It gives us a target. It's just a target. It can break below that, but it gives you some idea, and you can see that at this point we're still very strong moving in this direction. So we don't see this move as being over, and that's something to keep in mind. The German DAX composite, this one is also in a downtrend here. Someone could draw it and say, okay, we've got a shoulder here, and then the head formation, and then another shoulder here, because they don't have to be perfectly in line with one another, meaning that the highs of the shoulder don't have to line up at the same level. So somebody could actually draw it out that way with the neckline looking like this. I'm just not going to do that. I don't think you have to do that every time. So in this particular case, I'm not going to view it as that scenario. But if you see someone drawing it that way, then it would still make sense. The main thing for me here is you had this high point and you get this shooting star formation showing there's resistance here. You sell off, you come back up, you get that resistance again, and there's shooting star formation here. And then we're also confirming the downtrend here today as we close lower than this low here. So you've got this high point and a lower high, and you've got this low point and now a lower low. That means this uptrend is now reversed, and you're now moving in that direction. So you should be selling it, not going long. The Hong Kong Hang Seng Index, another downtrend story going on here. We had this move up here, 21. Well, first you can start at 21.8 was the high. At this point, pulls back, jumps up here to 21.7. Fails to break out to a new high, and then makes a new low, which means this uptrend stops and the downtrend begins. Now we get this low point, bounces up here, still can't take that out, sells off again, bounces up again, still can't even take out this one, sells off again. We are in a strong downtrend here. Now if you've got the downtrend in the Hong Kong Hang Seng market, you've got it in let's see, Canada's market, which I showed you yesterday, and you have a downtrend in the French markets and a downtrend in German markets, it's only a matter of time before you start getting problems in the U.S. markets, which again we showed you yesterday. There's a couple of markets that have already started to stall there in the U.S. So again, I would not be long these markets in any way, shape, or form. I'd be looking for short opportunities. The last chart we're going to look at today is the India Bombay Stock Exchange. This one again, also notice that you have this high point going, consolidation period, a higher point here, pulls back down, comes up, makes lower high point than you had here, and sells off even lower, comes up here again, bumps up a little bit higher than this point, so you may have a reversal. We talked about that back here, but you could have been a possible buy opportunity, but then we were quickly stopped out, and now today we see a lower low than we saw back here. So it's this reversal didn't actually pan out, ended up failing and going lower. So that's something that you should be looking at when you look at the global markets. Which direction are they going? Are they confirming the markets moving higher, or is there some kind of problem that's going to pull down the global markets, and the U.S. included? And I would be betting in that favor. Even though the U.S. markets are showing some fight to them, I would still be looking for sell opportunities, not long. If you've not been to our free website at perfectstockalert.com, it's right there. It's 100% free. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. God bless, take care, and I will see you all tomorrow. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.